Welcome back to our human alchemist of Vehumet. We're almost capped off our Vehumet. Last we left off, we cleared out, I think we did layer last episode, and then we went to Orc, and we've started working our way down the remaining bits of dungeon before we head off into our S vaults, or S rune branches, that is. We actually found this internal floor vault that's really got some good items, but we don't want to necessarily jump into it right now. A lot of the things can be poisoned to death and all that, but there is that Death Knight or Hell Knight or whatever that is over here, and I believe that's actually it could be hit by poison as far as I'm aware. That being said, there's a lot of danger in that space, and maybe I want a few little more levels, or maybe access to another level of spell or something before we jump into that. Anyway, let's carry along. Our kind of build, if you haven't been following along to this point, is kind of Olgribs plus Ignite, a little cleanup with Stone Arrow. If they're close to us, we Irradiate, and we're kind of experimenting with Bog for now. The other stuff we don't really use that often. I can even move H to... let's move H to F. Because really the Searing Arrow, Searing Ray, Mercury Arrow, Poison Vapors are kind of dead now. We do have only 2 Amnesias, and so I don't want to just like immediately drop Amnesia on it in case I want to drop something bigger. We do have 10 spell levels available, but I want to save that for when we get our end Vehumet stuff and or Ignite Ignition as it ramps up in castability in the future. We're training Fire, Alch, and Conjuration, a little bit of shield work, fighting as a base, and spellcasting. Yeah, so that's that. Okay. I'd rather just reset. Lowish health, you know. Cool. No need to risk a death. Little tidbit of elf. Little what's the word I'm looking for? Sneak preview of elf. Poison is, or alchemist stuff is usually pretty decent in elf land, as long as you have the defenses to handle all the spell casting and the dodging and that kind of stuff from the archery type elves. All right. Interesting. So this is a huge bog. I wonder how it picks. We were trying to figure that out last game. Or last episode, because it seems so random, you know? I just got a book of something I should have paid attention. Maybe it'll say here, Soul Splinter and Death Channel. Okay, nothing notable. What happened here? Nothing, I suppose. Let's bog. See, like this bog is 0. There's nothing to bog. Anyway, nothing to bog. Maybe let me read it because I want to make sense of this. Nearby areas into toxic bog. Cannot form on areas adjacent to multiple solid features, nor on areas that lack solid floor, like deep water or lava. So it can't be done in hallways, basically. Alright, well that makes more sense at least. Okay, there's too many of them. I'm just going to back away. Like, this is not deep water, so it should be fine to accept this. So my guess is that this will be Lots of bog. Okay. Let's back it up. Lots of bog. Ignite poison. Be careful, you can stand and get ignited upon, so that's something to remember. A buckler of cold res. J. I want a J. It's cool to get cold res built in. It would be cool if it was a kite shield of cold res. Let me just pop this on. Let's see. Everything's 1 or 2%. Let's see. What is our... Ooh, we got a bombard. I may want to pick up bombard as like a backup for single target throughput in endgame. Anyway, let's look at ignition, 88%. Let's put on the other shield, 71. So it does make a difference. I'll keep training shields casually. I'm going to enchant armor this shield at least. I'll drop this here. I could probably actually put on something here. I'm not really meleeing anymore, so this slaying ring is not really doing much, so I can probably just drop it. And I'm going to learn Bombard. It is certainly castable. I could probably get up to like level 8 of Earth, or level 10 of Earth, that is. And now I have Bombard to cast as an emergency on, let's call it F, and then we'll move, J to F. And then let's move pass wall to G. So I'm not going to like regularly cast Bombard, but it's there for us if we need it. If we want to step up from Stone Arrow. And we still have 5. I did need to learn that because it was a Vehumet one. Yeah, cool. All right. A lot of stuff going. I think I can enchant armor once more with this shield, though. It's +3, right? Yeah. So I can get that up one more time. And now it's almost the same as if it was the kite. It's a little bit worse, too worse, I believe, but it's to get the cold res is pretty good. Okay, let's move along here. I'll just poison what I can until I have to leave. I don't think we're gonna... Oh, actually, we can get a lot here. Cool. Oh, some books. Maybe we get some good stuff. Apportation. Hey, apportation's better than nothing, but... Scroll of ID. Let's go for, I don't know, C, haste. Oh, I thought for a second it was full Assad. No, it's fulminating prism. Oh, that's troll. It's like, oh, finally we get a store. Maybe it'll be some armor. So like Bombard here. What is our Bombard? F, E, F, G. So it's that. All right, well. Okay. Oh, that was an easy D15. Let's continue on. Let's go R, might. Not really our jam today, but we know it now. Yeah. So there's our dungeons done. I think I talked about this at the end of last episode, but Shoals is probably our first up because Snake has some poison-resistant mechanics that will complicate things. And Shoals were very powerful against all that open air. Obviously, our bog won't fill up the deep water, but open air, I can, a regular ground will work. I don't think I want to try to do that D13 thing. It's so tempting because those are like 2 of 3, maybe even up to 3 of those slots are very important to me right now in terms of improving. Let's see. Do I have a lot of teleport? I do. Let's go D13 because you can teleport out of these things. The other thing though is that I teleport right beside where they all are. So maybe I can try something like this where they crowd the wrong side. Make sure I don't show myself until... Do I have an invis potion or something? So if I do something like this, I can then bog, poison, blow up. I'm going to teleport. Okay, well, we got it. The teleport's happening, whatever. Oh, I wonder if teleports are, like, they keep you in the same space. I actually don't know. Good thing we killed it anyways. What was this? Flail or poison, I suppose. I don't know. We get a cloak of poison res, so there you go. A fire... I mean, it's better than nothing. I wish it wasn't perhaps fire. I mean, fire we use with ignite, so I mean, it is okay. I don't know. Sometimes with these rand art staffs, you can do some weird stuff where like you have, it's like fire elk staff, or something like that. That would have been real cool. But we got a staff. We're good. Okay, and amulet, acrobat, RN, int. I mean, no, that's not worth using. Anything here? Ring of fire. We already looked here. Okay, well, we got a staff. What was the other? And the cloak. Do we have any enchant armors? No. It's been on our shield. Cool. All right, well, cool. We got a staff. It has int on it. It helps our fire out. We got our fire. Cool. If we really wanted, we could pop on this other ring. The strength is useless. The Aralek versus the fire. It's like we could get Aralek and only have 1 pip of fire up. I don't know. Let's look at bodies. Yeah, we don't really have much to play with here. There's like a... I think I saw a +2 robe of willpower. It's like if we feel like we're low on will, we could maybe shift to that, but I don't think so. All right, well, we did that. As you can see, poison's pretty powerful. All right, so let's see. What's next? Shoals. Now, we don't have swimming. We don't have flying. We're not our draconian anymore from our last win. So we are just kind of walking the path of the sand. I don't want acrobat. So yeah, we have to be very careful about our movement patterns. Not to get overwhelmed. We don't have a buddy for us. Like, our poison is our buddy in that when it's applied and we get, like, silenced or something, we still tick away, but things that do that kind of stuff we have to be careful about. See, like this kind of thing, we don't really have much. Oh, like we can bog it up. I don't know if they're going to be susceptible. Yeah, they're in the air, so they're not touching the ground. So that's kind of a danger point. We're going to have to bombard and then irradiate. Stone arrow. So we have to be careful about those birds. The good news is the merfolks of the world are not very susceptible, or are very susceptible to our poison shenanigans. So that kind of solves one of the biggest problems you might face in a Shoals. Same with the Kraken. Every little part of it can be poisoned. And of course these little snakes and stuff. Manticores, things like that. These guys in particular are notorious for anti-casting synergies. They'll get near you, block off your stairs. They'll usually be accompanied by things that can engulf. So we have some solutions for them with our poison. Alright. Shoals 1 done. These guys push us around, that's fine, they can be poisoned. The jav throwers, all this stuff. IMB, ooh. Okay, we got Conjure Ball Lightning. I'm not doing that today, unfortunately. Where did my IMB go? It's already at 2%. That's very powerful. Now, the one thing, though, is we do have irradiation already. So it's like, do I actually care to IMB that often? I don't know. It's probably not too powerful either because we're just doing like lightly into Conjuration. I'll think about it. Interesting. So all our ups are here. Oh no, one is okay, so one of my downs in the floor above will be somewhere else here on the other half of this map. It's ID, let's go for D. What do we get here? Arc Jolt, nothing notable. 2 potions, unknown, this late. Anything to drop? I like I said, I want to keep Vuln in case I have a reason to like drop everybody's poison resist. I must kill everything on the screen, Vuln. Also, there's some combinations with like Vuln plus Paralyze. Or sorry, Vuln plus Polymorph or anything like this. If you want to convert like the Royal Jelly into like something that's not the Royal Jelly immediately. So that it's easily killable with AoE, for example. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what to drop for these potions. It's tough to pick. Tough to pick. It really is. I guess I can drop the brand weapon scroll. If I need it, I'll go for it. Oh, this is one of those that can't be... Okay. I'm going to bombard him. Well, that was a little tight. Nothing there. Cool. I suppose I could throw on the flight and then do my scan of the rim in case there's like something of note around the... sometimes there's like a little store or something on the edge. But I won't keep it on while I'm actually fighting the things. Yeah, so anything... Ignition is at 41%. We're getting there. So Shoals 3. Okay, another potion I don't know. I guess it's one of the ones I already have on my inventory. Milglot. I don't know if he's susceptible to poison. He can fear, he can might. He's just got plus our poison. I can't use that on him. Can I do this? Repoison, rebog it, reignite. There you go. Okay, cool. Isn't that crazy? I'm pretty low mana. Just run it out. They'll be taking poison anyways. The old-fashioned way. Fawn is somewhere. Run it out. Throwing that. I suppose. I could probably drop the Demon Blade now. Not really going to be using that. What do we got? Javelineer or whatever. Something I can't poison, so that's where we come in with Bombard, I suppose. When he gets close. Yep. Eventually my mana will be so high and so prepped that I can, you know, it'll be Bombard instead of Stone Arrow as like a filler, if needed. But we're not quite there yet. We still got some time, so Shoals 4 soon, although I should probably do the whole fly around thing. You never know, there might be like a specialty little store island off to the side for only flyers and swimmers, you know. Alright, so we have our kind of tower style Shoals 4, the little circle rooms. Bog doesn't interact well with those walls, as we learned, so we'll have to stay in the open if we're going to want to do some bogging. We just saw a bird there. I'm a little afraid to engage if it doesn't... Here we go. Can't really tell it to come at us. Do I have something to throw? I should probably start dropping these throwing stuff. But here you go. So now I can irradiate as it approaches. Honestly, I can Stone Arrow them if they're just by themselves, but that's that. I don't know if it's the first time. It's probably no chance this is the first time I've used Bombard on the channel, but just as a note, there's a side effect that sometimes it'll knock you back a slice or a tile. So you don't want to just use it and get knocked off a stair, for example, but... I'm going to drop the poison darts and pick up the boomerang. At least I can use it on things that are poison resistant, because if they're at ranged and I can poison them, I'll be using my spells. So the poison darts are completely counteracting of ignore it, of my kind of game plan. I kind of want to stay near the stairs, so I'll go down the third and final one. I'm going to run this out. Ooh, okay, there's a lot of... Oh my, I'm negative scroll. I was going to... this is kind of a counter to what we're trying to do here. I don't think I can pass wall upwards to the other side of this. Let's ZG up and that way. Yikes. What can I do here? Can I can't read the scroll of fog. Oof, if I move one step up, I can pass wall. What was it? ZG? I can't. Oh, ZG. Oh my. Oh. Well, this was disappointing. I really like this character. I'm not sure what I could have done instead. Other than I could have ignited them hoping that they would have died, but there was the whole group together. Obviously, had I known that my auto explore would have brought me all the way down and around the corner into a hole, I obviously wouldn't have auto explored. It's a shame. I really enjoyed this kind of character and the spells we were using. Let's look at our inventory. Because I couldn't use any of my scrolls. I was just going to start blinking away, and it's like, nope, negative scroll. I couldn't fear, I couldn't fog, I couldn't... I mean, I wouldn't have ever teleported in that scenario, because it's just... I would have died before the teleport perhaps would have gone out. Obviously, you could have summoned some stuff, but we couldn't use scrolls at all. I suppose I could have, like, immediately hasted... and perhaps even enlightenment, so that I'm no longer swimming in deep water or water. And then the haste plus the flying, I could have maybe zoomed a little faster than the spears. So probably that would have been a way to survive. I didn't know my invis potion. I probably would have popped an invis had I known my invis. Dang, guys. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes you just die. And sometimes it's your fault and you did something stupid. Sometimes you get auto-explored, which is your decision, but you'd hope it would have not been literally the worst possible and around the corner, everything there, you know. Shame. All right, well... Thanks for watching this unfortunate ending to a character. I suppose I'll be more careful to auto-explore in a scenario like this. I suppose like Shoals 4, where I have less time controlling things when they're hidden. I don't know. It's a trade-off. All right, well, see you next episode of a new character. Well, we'll do something probably completely different. Thanks for joining me here today, guys. Rest in peace.